Welcome in everybody here to the Truth Serum. Thank you so much for watching the NFL, our post-game reaction, all of these post-game press conferences. We are already in week number 4, and what a wild day it has been. Brian Daboll installing first-round rookie quarterback Jackson Dart as the starting quarterback for the Giants. And the G-men respond. Dart a touchdown run and a touchdown throw. An upset of the Chargers. A 21-18 victory for New York in the NFL debut of Jackson Dart. So for at least a week, Brian Daboll able to take a sigh of relief. A couple of BTA games in the early window. The Houston Texans finally win. They get their first win of the year over the Tennessee Titans. A whitewashing 26-0 shutout in that one. Also, the Detroit Lions, after a phenomenal performance last Monday night against the Ravens, embarrass the Cleveland Browns at Ford Field. The final there, 34-10. The Lions 3-1 on the season. Also, another blowout in New England. Drake May and the Pats all over the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young. That one was over pretty quickly, 42-13. The final score. The Buffalo Bills are 4-0. Another plus performance by them. 31-19 the final over the Saints. Commanders this time without Jaden Daniels, unable to rally the troops for a win. Atlanta and Michael Penix gets the victory there, 34-27 in a fun one. We can't forget about pretty much a playoff game in September. The Chiefs, the Ravens from Arrowhead. The loser in that game is 1-3. That is what you call must win in September, especially for those teams in that game and that magnitude. Also a sneaky good game going on also in the 4 p.m. window between Daniel Jones and the Colts, Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, and the Rams. And we can't forget about Sunday Night Football. Jerry Jones telling us how he doesn't need Micah anymore, as Micah makes his return to Dallas, playing with the Packers. Couple of blue bloods, Green Bay and Dallas on Sunday Night Football. And we can't forget how Mike Tomlin nearly gave the game away over in Dublin. He was so focused on the Guinness that he coached that football game today like he was drunk. But the Steelers out-talent their way to a win over across the Atlantic, 24-21 the final. I want to thank you for being with us for all of these NFL games here on Week 4, all of these post-game press conferences. We wish you a very blessed Sunday here in the Truth Serum. Also, Malik Neighbors, most likely, according to Adam Schefter, torn ACL, out for the year. So Jackson Dart down, his top weapon. Hurtful there for the rookie, but good night and God bless.